PlayStation secretly dropped their PSSR2, it looks like. Hey, everybody, it's Chris. Hi, friends. How are you doing this morning? Apologies, I got some sort of, I think my cat got me this morning. I just saw, so with Resident Evil 9 being released, I just saw a really interesting article from Digital Foundry. They have some YouTube videos. I love Digital Foundry, great YouTube channel, worth checking out if you're into the video game tech nerd space. But it looks like PSSR2, Sony's proprietary rendering and scaling AI system for visual rendering on the PS5 Pro, looks like it might have sort of shadow worked with Resident Evil 9. The Digital Foundry guys have said that Resident Evil 9 is showing a lot of PSSR improvements for things that have been, I don't know, we'll say problematic or challenging in the past with some of the other PSSR stuff. So this is very interesting. This happens, I'd say this happens relatively frequently where a large platform works on some new kind of tech and they work behind the scenes directly with a publisher or a developer, generally like the big boys, right? The AAA guys. But looks like they might have been testing out the new PSSR updates, which is really cool. I have used PSSR on a few things. I'm trying to think offhand. I know I used it for Path of Exile 2, and I think it works pretty well. But there was some like interesting little noise and flicker on some stuff. So maybe this is their next big version to fix those things. And it sounds like behind the scenes, Sony is prepping for an actual March update of PSSR for the PlayStation 5 Pro. So I'm very curious to see what that looks like. But it sounds like Resident Evil 9 on a PS5 Pro is just stunning. So I'm really excited to play it. I'm going to make it my March Game Club game. I think I'm going to try to play it tomorrow if I've got time to get it started. But the Resident Evil engine, the RE engine for RE7 and 8, I think both look great. There is one thing that I hope that they got rid of that they probably didn't, but I really do dislike the auto eye correction. If any of you watch me play the Cyberpunk videos, I gripe about that all the time where the brightness is constantly adjusting to match, some range for their HDR content. And I just really hate that. I want to look at a scene in a game and be able to have my eyes look all around and, look at like really beautiful imagery. And particularly with an OLED, which is what I have, where you have infinite contrast because you can get the blacks, that auto brightening back and forth, it's really noticeable. And I personally find it really frustrating. There's others who probably don't care, but it's just one of those things where maybe this is an old man yelling at clouds, but like we've managed to survive 40 years of game development without that feature. I don't think we need it now. So I think any game that utilizes it from a artistic direction standpoint, all right, but there should be a toggle to turn it off and just create one one range of brightness. And I would even argue, I'm the kind of person that would argue that even if that blows out the whites in certain areas, because it's working to balance against like the blacks and the midtones, like even if that like blows the whites out into like craziness, like my hair's crazy. I just got out of the shower. Sorry, guys. I'm fine with that. I would rather have slightly blown out whites than the because you end up in these positions where it's like it'll adjust to the highs, to the brights, and then you get these like crushed blacks, and it's just really hard to see any detail or anything. Or you end up where you get the blacks to the mid ranges, and you have these blown out whites anyway. But then the game just tries to jump back and forth between the two depending on where you're looking, and it's just really frustrating. So anyway, I went off on my little tangent there, but I'm very curious to see what the PlayStation's next version of PSSR is and how other studios will take advantage of it. So again, I'll play tomorrow. You can follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Volpe Creates, as well as my YouTube channel. And I'll probably play tomorrow live on stream and then post it to YouTube. I don't know, sometimes it's this weekend. So come check it out with me. But otherwise, look forward to seeing you next video. Take care, y'all.